Excellent. So good morning, everyone. Now, there are two ways in which you can communicate with me. Since the group size is not very large, you can even unmute yourself or you can use the chat window. I will leave that up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. If you feel that it is easier for you to type and ask me a question, you can do that. If you feel that it is easier for you to unmute yourself and talk to me, please do that. I'm comfortable both ways, right? So let me just give a broad background of how the session will be conducted. So we are doing 6 sessions of 1.5 hours each. Right? So we're doing 6 sessions of 1.5 hours each. And I will share the outline with you first. Right? These are the topics that we are going to cover. We will start with data cleaning and processing, where we learn flash fill, text functions. After that, we go to formulas and functions. So we do sumif, countif, if, and, or. We also learn subtotal and aggregate. Then we go to VLOOKUP, and not just the basic VLOOKUP. We will work with slightly complex VLOOKUPs where the data is on a different sheet, how an error comes, how to identify the error, how to fix the error. We will spend a lot of time on creating dashboards using pivot tables. We have a session on charts. So charts are separate to pivots because charts can be created on a pivot, but it can also be created without a pivot table. Then we will do some date functions, and finally we have conditional formatting. You will notice that there are 7 topics, but there are only 6 sessions. So it doesn't mean that every topic will take exactly 1 session. For example, it is possible that we finish the first topic in, let's say, 1 hour, and we might start with the next topic as well, right? So the order will more or less be the same. So we will start with data cleaning, formulas, functions, VLOOKUP, pivot, and so on. But we might spend a different amount of time, depending on how important it is. Now, I have done my homework. I have gone through all the comments that you put in. So I had asked you about the most important tasks that you have on Excel, the most common challenges that you face, what are your key expectations from the training, right? Now, broadly, if I look at it, I've gone through all the remarks. The things that have come up most common are tips and tricks, learning how to use VLOOKUP better. I think all of us already know how to work on VLOOKUP. So you don't need to learn VLOOKUP. You need to learn how to be better at it, right? How to work with more complex data, how to make it more dynamic, how to deal with errors that come in, and pivot tables, right? So VLOOKUP and pivot came out to be 2 of the most important things across the entire list of comments. There were a few other things as well. For example, somebody said dealing with the Excel file size and larger data analysis, right? Now, this is a very specific question, and I would encourage you to tell me exactly what you meant when you said that you're dealing with larger data analysis. Manual work, shortcuts, I will cover many of them, right? So you don't need to bother about shortcuts. I do not have a specific topic on shortcuts. So it's not that in the first 30 minutes, I will only cover shortcuts. Shortcuts will be covered during the entire 6 days of training, right? So every 5-10 minutes, I'll be teaching you something new, right? Let me see if there's anything else. So conditional formatting also was something that came out very commonly. So VLOOKUP, pivot, and conditional formatting. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, I think these are the only points that came up. If there's anything else in addition to this, so VLOOKUP, pivot, if statements, conditional formatting, learning shortcuts, please tell me. Maybe it is already covered in the outline that we have. If you have a very specific question, I will definitely want to answer that. Right? So anyone at this stage, is there any other like a big area that you feel, I'm missing out on that you would like to be covered? Just let me know so that I'll keep it on my mind. I'll just share the outline with you again. So we have, these are the topics that we are covering. Just take a look at it and tell me if there is any big topic that you feel that has been completely left out, or I'm sure I haven't left out anything, but if there is a topic that you want to be covered specifically. All good? All right. Great. I think let's get started, and we can keep on talking during the session, but let's start with the first file. There are 8 folders that I've shared with you from 001 to 008, and we want to start with the first one. Right? Something I did not do is to give my background. So very quickly, my name is Havish Madhupati, but you can call me Havish during the session. I have been working on Excel for over 15 years. I have authored 20 books on analytics. I have taught at the some of the top colleges in the country. So I've taught at IIM, ABCKL. I've taught at the top 8 IITs in the country. Then in terms of corporate clients, of course, there are, over 50 clients that I've covered, everything from Tata to Indian Oil to Uber to Amazon. So across multiple sectors. And my experience is from consumer packaged goods. So I come from Reckitt. Reckitt was my first job where I worked for 2.7 years. And I was also in sales. So I was handling sales first in Delhi. I was actually first in UP. Then I came to Delhi for a year. And then I was handling modern trade in Chennai. So I was handling all the modern trade outlets, Big Bazaar, Heritage, Mode, etc. So your industry, I understand very well. I have a lot of my ex-bosses and friends who are either working in GSK right now or they have worked at GSK at some point in the past. I'm a Microsoft Office master. So I'm an MOS master. I'm a Microsoft partner. I'm a Power BI associate, right? And what else? I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer, right? So I have invested 15 years of my career working on Excel, and I love and I continue to work on Excel even now. And the best part is that even though there are so many new technologies that have come in, so today I work on Power BI, Tableau, I work on programming. Excel is really something that I still love to work on, right? Even though I'm interested in other things, about 70% of my work still happens on Excel. And my work is a combination of training and consulting. So I obviously train people like I'm doing right now, but I also consult a lot of organizations. So that's my background, everyone. You can call me Havish during this session. Okay. Let me clean everything up. Let's start with the first file, please, 001. And come to the first sheet. Okay, now my first question is, can all of you see this command bar called search on your system? Just confirm if you can or if you cannot. Just put a yes or a no in the chat window so that I know. Can you see this, yes or no? The
Hi, Havish, Sandeep here.
Hi, Sandeep.
Actually, because of some technical error, I joined a little late. Did you share some sheet?
The files have already been shared with you, Sandeep. If you don't have it, then we can maybe share it once again. There is nothing new that has been shared.
No,
It is the
I'll
same
find
files
it. No worries.
that we had shared earlier. Just confirm if you have it or not. It should look like this. There should be 8 folders from 001 to 008. Okay, so I can see that a lot of people are telling me, yes, you do have the command. Have you ever used it? Arpit, Avinash, Sanjeev, have you used the search bar? Okay, now if you haven't used the search bar, you should, right? This is like a Google. This is like a Google search in the sense that.
Kindly help me get that sheet, please.
Sure, Sandeep, I'll have to share the file with you. Can I request somebody else to please share the file?
Yes.
Right. So I'm just muting everyone. Whenever you need to say something, please unmute yourself. Otherwise, there will be a lot of noise. So we might not be able to hear each other properly. Right. Okay. So the search bar is like a Google search, which means that any command that you want to search for in Excel, you can come here, right? And how do you come here? You know, the shortcut is Alt Q. Q is for question. For example, Let's say I want to apply a freeze pane. Now, all of us know that freeze pane is in view and freeze pane, correct? But why do you need to use the mouse and spend that extra 5 seconds? I can press Alt Q. What do I need to search for? FR. I just type FR. It automatically searches for freeze pane, and I can do freeze pane. Very cool, right? Let's say I want to change the font color. So what do? I can just press Alt Q. I can type font. It will automatically search for the font color option, and I can change the font color. See, every option that is there in Excel, you will find here. Let's say you want to merge. Once again, I can select 2 cells. I can say Alt Q. I can type merge, and it will search for merge. See, you have to train yourself to use it. It's very simple, but it is a habit. Since we are not in the habit of using it, trust me, the first day that you use it, you will not like it. You will feel that, Havish, why are we doing it? I can always go to home and I can click on merge here. But the moment you use it for 2-3 days, you will realize how much time this can save you, because any command that you need to search for, right, you will find here, right, in the search bar. So just try this out, everyone, just for 30 seconds. Just go to the search and try to search for different things, conditional formatting, search for format painter, right? Whatever it is that you want to search.
So Havish, hi Havish.
Hi.
Havish, this is Abhishek this side.
Hi.
So Havish, you want us to have this, in our own Excel sheet, or you are sharing some Excel sheet with us? Because
Okay,
I have not received any
no.
Excel
So
sheet.
hold on. I think let's take a step back. How many of you do not have the files with you? Because the files were shared. So from 001 to 008.
Yeah, Havish Vijay Karthik here. I have also not received.
Okay, all right.
No,
So
we
Raja,
have not
this I have
received.
also not received.
Sure.
Not received.
No problem.
I have not received. Sanjeev Thakur.
I have not received, as I told you.
Okay. All right. I was under the impression that only one person does not have it. I wasn't aware that.
I have not received. Avinash Thakur.
Hold on.
Shyam. Good morning, Shyam.
So Habesh, one more question
Yeah.
from my side. I am Raja. So in this recorded lecture, are you going to share with us?
I think GSK will be able to answer that. I'm not sure about that.
Sobita, could you please answer?
Okay, so what I'll do is to just give me a moment. So let us go to chat and let me see if I'm able to attach the file from here. Great. So everyone, I have attached the zip folder on the chat window. Please download it from here. It is called batch01. It's a very small file, just 273 KB. Please make sure to download.
It's not featuring in the chart.
No, it's not coming so far.
In chat.
In the chat,
It
window,
is not featuring in
No.
chat.
It's not featuring.
That's strange because I have sent it. Hold on. Just confirm to me once again. I've sent it once again on the chat window. Is this not appearing?
No.
It's
No.
not there, Ravish. It's not there in the chat.
No.
Then how am I supposed to share it with you? Do you have access? Can you access WeTransfer? Or is it blocked?
No, we cannot access.
Just send on mail.
So Havish, it will be great if you share into our mail so that we can have a properly access and download it properly.
Sure.
So if you need our mail ID, you can.
No. What I'll do is I'll send it to one of you, and then you can send it to the others. That would work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Havish, if you want, you can send it to me. I can share it with everyone.
Sure. Okay. I'll do that. Just let me know once you receive the files, and then we will resume. Thanks, Sandeep. Okay, I have also received the list of emails. So hold on. I'll send it to you directly as well at the same time.
This is both batches, Havish.
That's okay. We have the same files, so that's not easy.
Perfect.
Go my signature. Excellent. So send from my side, everyone. And it's a very small file. So once you receive it, please download it and make sure to unzip it. Do not open the file directly from the zipped folder. Make sure to unzip it before you start working on it.
Is it sent from your side? But till now we have not received.
It is sent from my side. Maybe just check his spam as well, just in case. Okay, I think people.
Yes, we have just received.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
All right. So once you receive it, please make sure to download it and unzip it. Do not work directly from the zipped folder. Like I have done, all the folders have to be unzipped. Can we start, everyone? Have you managed to download it?
Yeah, Havish, we have managed to download it.
All good. All right. Excellent. So let's come to the first folder, 001, and there is only one workbook in it, 001. What are we going to cover in this example? We are going to do how to use dollar signs.
So I have opened 001, saved it on my desktop. And then I have come to that sheet and there is one slide called tips. You are on that page only, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So the topics that we are going to cover is one is dollar signs. So we will learn some more advanced dollar signs. I will cover text to columns and flash fill. We will see how to clean up date, which have been given with a period. And then finally, we will do some other functions. So we will do left, right, mid, find, length, upper, proper, lower, right? So we'll do this subsequently. Now, the first tip that I want to give to everyone is that when you're working on Excel and if you want to save time, any option that you need to search for example, freeze pane. Now, we all know that freeze pane is in view and freeze pane. What is a shortcut to do that? You can press Alt Q. If you can see at the top, the shortcut for search is Alt Q. And then you can search for anything you want. As you can see, if I type FR, it automatically searches for freeze pane. Right? Let me show you something different. So if I write C, you notice that it gives me the option for creating a chart, clearing the format, putting a data validation, right? So every command that is available on Excel can be accessed using the search bar. For example, you want to increase the zoom level. Now, usually, how do you do it? You have to use the mouse or use the trackpad. You can also press Alt Q, just type zoom, and you get an option here, right? For example, zoom like this. It's not difficult. It's just a habit that you have to create. And this, in the long term, will help save you a lot of time. Right? So that's the search bar, everyone.
Alt Q is nothing but searching the required options, right?
Absolutely. Alt Q is like a Google search that is working inside Excel. So any Excel command that you have, you can search for that in the Alt Q.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. The second thing I want to show you is new window. So here's my question to everyone. How many sheets do we have right now in this workbook?
5.
There are 5 sheets.
Yeah.
Can you listen carefully? Can you view first and the 5th sheet at the same time? Like on my system, on my screen, I want to view first and 5th sheet at the same time. Can you do that?
No, Havish.
Okay.
No.
Now let's see how we do
that. We can do that, but we don't know how to do that.
Of course, if I'm asking you, that means that it is definitely possible, right? Okay, let's do it together. You will see that the name of the workbook is 001, right? So I will click on view and there is a button called new window, which says that it will open a second window so that I can work on multiple places at the same time. This is what we want, right? I want to work in different places at the same time. Please click on it only one time. Only one time.
Please come back, Havish. I'm sorry.
We go to view.
View.
Right? Just look at where my cursor is highlighted.
Yeah.
And we click on new window one time. Right? Can somebody tell me what do you think has happened?
View, new window.
I'll give you a
There's
hint.
like another window with the same Excel.
Right? So exactly. What has happened is if you press Alt Tab, you will notice that 001-2, 001-1. Does that make sense? Now there are 2 copies of the same Excel open. So I'll just write the steps here also. So the first step is view and new window. But after that, what do? You will have to do Windows plus left arrow. Please do this and tell me if it is working or not. So when you press Windows and left arrow, you will notice that your current Excel file will go to the left half of your screen, and on the right half, you can keep the other Excel. And this will allow me to see 2 sheets of the same workbook at the same time.
Yes. For me, this session came as off. Like I work in that particular Excel.
For me, I can view your session as well as the Excel.
Yeah, same here. Excel with your session.
That's okay. Hold on. So let me do it once again. See. What is the application that I'm working on currently? It is an Excel file. So I will press Windows left arrow. Now, how many other applications are open on my system right now? I have the session. I have another Excel file, a folder, Google Chrome. So any application can be selected like this.
Avish,
Understand?
Avish, I'm unable to open these two sheets in the same page.
Sure. Can you share your screen so that I can help you right away? Because I
How to
want
go
to
back?
please.
I have got two
Share
sheets, 2 pages. How to go back again to bring
First-
it a
It
normal?
is
First-
disabled attendee screen sharing.
let me enable that. Please try to share
Post
again.
disabled attendee screen sharing.
Yeah, just try once again.
Yeah.
Anyone can share their
So
screen.
it
So
is
that I
choose
can
what to share.
just share your screen. So when you click on the share button, the green button, in the top left corner, you can share the entire screen.
Yeah. This is it.
Right? Okay. Now we'll do it together. This is 001. Now go to view and click on new window one time. View and new window.
New window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now press Windows left arrow.
Right.
Press the Windows button and the left arrow.
Window and left arrow.
Yeah.
Window and
And the
left arrow.
Yeah, at the same time. Press the Windows button and the left arrow.
Yeah.
Is it not working?
Yeah, done that.
But I can only see your Excel file. I can't
So
see.
it is showing. It is.
Tell me.
Yeah, but it is showing. I can see all the windows which I have opened. It is showing in the right side and left side this Excel
Yeah.
sheet which
So
I have
on
opened.
the right side, you can select the other Excel.
Okay. So
Is it working?
001-1.
So on one side, you will have 001-1.
Yes.
On one side, you will have 001-2.
Yes.
Right, everyone? I have a
Yes,
video
yes,
on
it
this
is
as well.
absolutely.
So
Yes.
just hear me out, everyone. If you have any trouble doing this, I have a 60-second video on this as well on my YouTube channel. So I'll share that with you, right? The important thing right now is for you to learn that there is a way. Whenever you ask a question, can I see two sheets at the same time? If you want to compare or reconcile, we always feel that it is not possible. But I just wanted to show you that that is very much possible. Okay. The next step that I want to give you, let me just turn on my card. The next step that I want to give to everyone is that, let me come back to my Excel file, is called the QAT, right? The QAT is the quick access toolbar. This is like a shortcut. How does it work? So if you want to use the quick access toolbar, can anybody tell me any command in Excel that you use very frequently? Like out of all the options that you have, any one command that you have to use again and again and again?
Control C, Control V.
No, that is a keyboard shortcut. I'm talking about a command like this, like a chart, like
Pivot.
slicer.
Pivot table.
Okay, now let's say pivot table. This is the option.
Pivot.
Please watch. Right click. So on this option, I will right click and I will add it to the quick access toolbar. Can somebody tell me where has it gone? Do you see this in the top left corner? So a shortcut has been created for the pivot table. Give me one more option. Anyone? Out of all these options, tell me something that you use.
Margin center.
Okay, let's say we want to use merge and center. So what will I do? Right click, add to QAT. So where has it gone? It has gone here. You see what I'm doing? No, it is like a list of shortcuts that I'm creating. So the next time I have to click on merge and center, where will you click? You will directly click on this one. For example, if I've selected 3 cells, I can just click on merge and center. Right? Please try this, everyone. And if you want to remove something, you can right click and remove it.
Okay.
Havish, just one question.
Please.
Like we did with the new window thing, like it has the same Excel. in a separate window. So we can analyze the data. I just have one question: whether, like, if we have to update both the sheets simultaneously with the data,
anyone, both the
any
sheet,
one
both the
will I'll
sheets are
update and
one
both the
version. Absolutely. If you
so
make a
both will
change
get
on any
updated.
one, 100%. If you make a change on any one of the copies, both of them get updated. If you press Control S, both of them are saved because they are not two different files. They are one file. They are just two copies of the same file.
So we just have to work in one file, and both the file will get updated simultaneously.
Exactly, 100%.
And
And which one do
I
you
have a
use?
question.
Please.
So actually, I have split it into two windows, right? One is showing your chart that lecture is going on. Second one is showing my Excel sheet, that is 001, right?
Right.
So how I want to back to normal one?
Just go to the full screen button, maximize button.
Okay, just to okay.
So for example, you want to maximize it, you just click on maximize. Right?
I wish one question.
Please.
See, if I can I share my screen just a minute?
Please.
Who can't share the screen? Can you give me the access?
You have the access.
Yeah. I'm here. Okay. So the moment if I click in my right side, automatically that left side.
No problem. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Open your Excel.
Yeah.
Okay. This is okay. Let it be like this. Okay. Don't change it. Open the other Excel. Press Alt Tab.
Alt Tab.
Alt Tab. Open the other Excel file. That would be perfect. Now tell me, first time what did you do? Windows and left arrow. So this time you will do Windows and right arrow. Press Windows right arrow.
Right arrow. Yeah.
Once more. Press Windows right arrow once again. Now have you understood? Do you see that I can see two sheets? Just select any other sheet on the left side. Any sheet.
Yeah.
Dollar signs maybe. Just click on any other sheet. No, you have selected the tips sheet. Click on dollar signs at the bottom.
Dollar sign at the bottom.
Okay. The second sheet. Now, everyone, can you see how amazing this is? I can view two different sheets of the same Excel at the same time. Can somebody tell me what is the advantage of doing this?
If you
we
want
can take reference.
You can take a reference in which function? In which function will it be very useful?
We can work on two files at the same time.
Exactly. Tell me which is the function where this is going to be most helpful for you. VLOOKUP. Because in VLOOKUP, your formula is in one side, in one sheet, but your data is on another sheet, correct? Usually, what is the challenge? I have to go from one sheet to the other. Now, what we can do is I can see both sheets at the same time. The second advantage is I can compare. Does it not happen that you have two data sets and you want to reconcile? You want to check if the numbers are matching or not. But you can't do that because they're on different sheets. But now you can see two different sheets at the same time.
So Havish, compilation will also help.
Absolutely. And also remember, it is not, see, Windows left arrow is not just for Excel and Excel. You can open any two applications. So on one side, I can have Excel. On one side, I can have my PowerPoint or my internet browser or another document. Right? So whenever you want to multitask on your system, you can work like this. So I hope by now it's clear, everyone. See, this is something I use every day, every minute, right? Because this allows me to be more efficient the way I'm working. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, now we come to the first formula. This is the problem statement. There are 17 products that I'm selling. This is the sales for last year, and this is the growth projection for the next year. So I'm expecting that if accessories was 17,000 last year, this year it will be 10% more. Can somebody tell me what will be the formula that I write here?
Equal to. Okay. Just click on that. Click on multiply.
Okay.
Into that 10%.
Multiplied by
10%.
10%, correct? Because I want to see
yes.
70,663 into 110%. Right? So it will tell me 194291. But can I copy this formula to the right and below will it work? If I copy it to the right and if I copy it below, what do you think?
We can copy it below.
See,
For
if I
right,
copy it below,
no.
we're not getting the right answer. Why not?
We need to put a dollar sign.
We do, but where do we need to put the dollar sign?
Dollar sign before D4.
Okay, so the tip to remember this is that the dollar sign will always come on the first column and the first row like this, right? That means that my dollar sign will come on the column C and it will come on the row number 4. That means I will put a dollar sign before C and before 4 like this. And now you notice when I copy this down in all the cells, it works perfectly.
By putting the dollar sign, we have to fix the column for C
Freezing it.
column and also
Absolutely.
fix the
100%. That's why I've highlighted it. So we are locking, we are freezing column C. So that column C, I can only go up and down. I cannot move away from column C. I cannot go to D and E. In the row number 4, I can go from D to E to F, but I can't go up and down.
So Havish, I have a question here.
Please.
So actually yesterday I was doing some exercise on Excel. So I was using this dollar sign for calculation. So I have put a, I have putting, there was a column C and D. So I have inserted a column and I put the calculation over there with dollar.
Okay.
So, but when I was removing that column, the dollar, calculation is also becoming 0. So why is it so?
What type of dollar did you put? Did you put double dollar, no dollar, or a single dollar?
Yeah, I have put a double dollar.
Okay. Can you remember what type of data it was so that I can?
Yeah, suppose in the C column it was 45.
Okay.
And in the D column it is 17.
Okay.
So the entire data sheet was there from row number 3 to 17. It was a full of data, right? So the numbers are a bit different. So I want to have I was having the calculation from 3 to 17. So for that I put an
You mean
inserted
3
and
to the 17 row? You mean?
yeah.
Okay. So let me
So
put
it
some
was
values
full
here.
data.
Okay.
Yeah, it was full data.
And then.
And in the D also there were a few datas 15, 16, 20.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to have the calculation from I want to have the calculation in the E column.
Okay. What calculation?
So I have put it. So I have put a multiplier.
Okay. Multiply what?
100 into 200.
Okay. All right.
So I was using that dollar sign.
Havish, let me clarify that it was not exactly like this. In the C column, there was multiple numerics, and in the D column there had also multiple numeric. But in the E column, at second row, we have put a number like 30. In second row, second row.
Like this.
Fourth,
Yes.
second
Yes.
row, second row.
Okay.
Yeah, 30. Now we wanted to do, we wanted to calculate all these left side numbers with 30. So what we did, C3 multiply D3, C3 multiply E2.
Okay, with a dollar.
And
Yes.
we put function F4, that is dollar.
Okay.
And
Let me
yes,
just change the numbers as well so that we can understand it properly. One second.
absolutely. Let it put a random
Now
number.
what?
Yeah. Now we were calculating like this, that all the calculation for C row was coming in E row with multiplication with. So that we had been using yesterday.
So what is the challenge here?
The challenge was if you delete 30, the entire calculation is coming 0. So it is so.
Obviously, because 30, every calculation is linked to 30, right? So obviously, if you delete 30, everything will.
Yeah, that was the issue we were facing.
But what can you do? See, if you want to delete 30, then what you will have to do is you will have to first copy it and then do a paste special value. That's the only choice that you have.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right. Or if you want to keep 30, but you want to hide the number, will that help to hide the number?
Yeah, that will also help.
So what you can do is don't remove the calculation. This is 30. Just watch carefully. I will go to right click and say format cells, right? And then in the custom format, I will write Can you see what it is? What character is this?
Yes.
Semicolon. 3
Semicolon.
semicolons. If you put 3 semicolon, what will happen is that 30 will disappear from the cell. But it is still there in the cell. But what is the advantage? The other person cannot see that you have multiplied by 30.
battery कोणती Excite
Okay.
की कोणती आहे?
3 semicolons.
3 semicolons. Okay.
Right? 3
Let me
semicolons.
type it
Yeah,
Very
that's a
simple.
good insight.
See, right click, format cells, and you put in custom 3 semicolon. Very simple.
स्कॅन करून आपण बघू इंजिनची लाईट काय
Let me just mute this for it. Otherwise, we'll not be able to hear each other. Just a second. Okay. See, the 30 is still there in the cell. See the formula bar. It is still there, but it will not be visible to the user, which is okay, right? Because we don't want to tell the person that there is a number in that cell, right? Okay, let's come back. Great. Also, can all of you tell me which version of Excel are you working
Thank you,
on?
Avish. It was a good insight for us.
Great. Yeah, I thought so. That 3 semicolons is something I also use very regularly. Can all of you tell me which version of Excel are you working on? So are you working on 365? Are you working on 16, 19? Which one is it?
365.
365, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess it is 360.
Can I do one thing with you? Just delete all the values. Write what I'm writing, okay? Watch very carefully. In one cell, I'm writing C5 colon C21 multiplied by 1 plus D4 colon F4. Just tell me if it is working, yes or no, when you do this. Only one formula you have to write, C5 colon C21 multiplied by 1 plus D4 colon F4. Because I'm not sure which version of Excel you have, because this is a new feature. So I want to make sure that you have it with you. Are you getting the result or not?
Yes, we are getting the result. It's formula spilled.
Are you getting like this?
Yeah, the entire cell is yeah.
Is this not interesting? Is it not better than what we did earlier? See, let me do both of them, okay? So that you can compare them. 1 minute. Earlier, what did we do? We said equal to, then we had to put a dollar on C, then we had to multiply, and we had to say 1 plus, and then we also had to put a dollar here. After putting the dollar, then I have to copy paste all the values. It takes more time, doesn't it? And whenever you're using a dollar, there is a risk that you will make a mistake. I can also make a mistake. Anybody can make a mistake. Don't you feel that this is much better using one single formula?
Yeah, it's very much useful. Can you elaborate once again?
Sure. We are only writing one formula. In fact, I'll write the steps here. So
I got an error.
yeah, if you're getting an error, exactly. If no, what error are you getting?
SPILL.
No. If you're getting spell error, that means that all your cells are not empty. Just make sure that all your cells are empty. There should be no other cells with a value in it. Everything should be empty.
Yeah, Havish this side.
Yeah, I got the answer.
Tell me.
Yeah, Havish this side.
Yeah.
So if we do not put C21, then what will happen? The only first line will calculate, and the next line we have to make a copy paste to get the data, right?
No, I'm not sure I follow. What are you asking me to change in the formula?
It is formula C7 colon C23.
Correct.
So you're actually selecting the entire array, right?
Correct.
If I don't select C23, I mean, if I don't select the array, then what will happen? Only the first line.
Come till 21. If you say 21, the formula will only come till 21.
Not 21. If I do not select the array, if I select only C7, then what will happen?
Only the first row.
Only the first one. That's what I was asking about.
See, you can customize it. It's not that you have to get the result for the entire table at the same time, right? See, this is a very new topic in Excel, everyone. So this is called dynamic arrays. And what does it do? Dynamic arrays basically say that one formula can give you multiple results. See, earlier Excel could never do this. We always had to write one formula, then we had to copy paste it, correct? Now what Excel can do is, if you tell Excel to take multiple values, it will give you multiple results at the same time. and it will save you so much time. No dollar signs, no chance of a mistake, no need of copy and paste. So Yash, 365 Pro Plus. Okay. Is there anybody for whom this is not working? That when you write this formula, it gives you an error, like a value error or something?
Requesting you to please help me with the formula.
The formula is here.
No, we got it.
It's working for everyone.
C5.
That means that all of you have the latest version. Yes, please.
Into 1 plus.
Let me just a moment. Let me just take it back. So my values are from C9 to C25 because I shifted my table down, right? Yours might be different. So just select the entire column by the entire row like this. So look at the blue and the red that I've selected.
Working in one particular column, automatically entire column is getting filled. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Not
One
just the entire
formula.
column, the entire column and the entire rows are getting filled using one
Oh,
single
wonderful, yeah.
It's
Superb,
a huge time saver. And you know, I like it because it doesn't require dollar signs. I hate dollar signs, let's be honest. Nobody likes it. There will be some mistake that we will make with the dollar. Sometimes it will not work. But if you don't put dollars, that challenge is not there. Right? So to explore this further, we will do more examples in which I cover this topic. But then, let me give you one more example. Can somebody tell me, how do I see the average of these three values?
Is equal to AV.
Average of this three? Everybody agrees?
Yes.
But then how do I copy this average till the last row? I'll have to do Control-C, Control-V. Does everybody agree?
No.
But why can't we do this? Please watch. Average of what? Okay. I'm saying average of these three values, right? But let's say there was some other calculation we wanted. In fact, you know what? Let's not do it now. I will explain it in a better example. This part is clear so far? Everybody?
Yeah.
This is okay? Now let's
Yes.
Let's do one more. This dollar sign is also clear, obviously. This we already know. Let's do another topic. Then we'll come back to dynamic arrays later. Tell me, how do you fix this? I have a data set which has three things. It has the shipping mode, which is first class. The ID is AB10015 and 402, and the name is Bergman Array. How will you split it into three columns? Please write first class, everyone. Just write first class here. And what do you press? You will press Control E. Control plus E and see what happens. Are you getting the result? When you press Control plus E below this.
Wow.
Amazing.
Beautiful tool, right? So
Please repeat again.
Can you please repeat once again?
And Avish, that tip you have given, Avish,
Yes.
that tip you have given, I can simultaneously see you and work on the sheet.
That's so useful, no? Because you can multitask at the same time. Exactly. That's why I covered it as the first topic. Okay. So
Exactly.
let me
Can you please repeat once
I can see
again?
you working and I can do.
I will. So I have written first class. Okay. What is this? This is a sample that I've given. First class. I will come to the next cell and I will press Control E. That's it.
Just a second. Let me do.
Please take your time.
By clicking on that first class,
Is it
I have
similar
to
for all
click
other
on
columns?
Control E.
You have to
Oh, wow.
type a value in the first cell, first class. Then you come to the second cell and then you press Control E. Is it working, everyone?
Excellent, excellent.
Now, but what is the shortcut? Where is the option? You see the small button here? So in data, the small button that I have here, this is flash left. Right? The shortcut is also given here. Control E. So data and flash fill.
This is called flash fill.
Flash fill. Pankaj, is it clear
Which
now?
formula bar? This one is?
This one. I will also write it here. So this is in the data tab. You have to go
Data
to
tab,
data
okay.
tools, right? And then you have flash fill. The shortcut is very simple, Control E. This one. Okay, can somebody guess? What if I had not written first class? I had only written first. What will happen when I press Control E? What will be the results?
Second.
First, second.
Yeah, first, second, first.
Okay.
Only first,
Let's make it a little more. Let's make it a little more advanced. I'm writing f dot class. What will happen? What will be the second result?
S dot class.
S dot class.
It's so powerful.
First letter will take.
Exactly. Imagine if you have to do it manually, how much time it would have taken you to put a concatenate to a left function. And the best part is you can modify it. For example, if I say first underscore class, what will it do? It will automatically put an underscore in all the records. See, any pattern that you're teaching it, it can repeat that pattern. Right? So I'll just write it here. That flash fill can repeat any pattern that you teach it. Okay. Now let's try with the next one also. Can somebody tell me what should I write here in ID?
ID AB.
AB
underscore
AB
dash
and the number.
And the number. So I will say 100151402402.
402.
In one click, you get the result.
And the same way, the name will also come.
Exactly.
Bogman around there.
And if you say, but Havish, I did not want the text, I only wanted the number. Then what do? If you only wanted the number, just give the number, right? And it will only show you the number. If you only say AB, it will only show you the letters. I mean, the tool is so powerful that anything you teach it, it will automatically understand your requirement.
Fantastic.
So Habis, my question here is, so instead of writing first class so and so whatever it is mentioned, so if I want to split the Aadhaar card number, so Aadhaar card numbers consist of 12 digits, right?
You can do that. It will work.
Okay.
It will work. So any pattern that you want. So what is the name here? It is Bergman Aaron, right? Can you tell me what is wrong with the name?
first letter capital and
No, that is okay. But don't you think that the surname is coming before? It should be Aaron Bergman, no? It should be Justin Ritter. So how do I fix it? How do I reverse it? Aaron Bergman, and it will automatically reverse it.
Same Control E.
Control E.
Same control.
if it is random error means we can't do that, right? With this.
Obviously, see, there has to be a pattern, right? So if it is a random error, that means that the data is wrong. If the data is wrong, then you cannot fix it even with a formula because you will have to do it manually.
Got it. That is, before going to the next one, how to shift from C2 to C3 by using keyboard?
Control page up, page down.
Okay.
Is it mandatory to put underscore in between two letters? I mean, if the underscore is not there, can we split them?
No, it could be any. No. The underscore is not there. Any pattern that you have, it will work. Why don't I give you one more example? Hold on. Just a minute. Let me take a different data set so that you have confidence that I'm not. See, this is not a special data that I've given to you, right? I will take a very different data and I'll prove to you that it works perfectly. Just a minute. So let's look at. Okay. Let's look at this. Right? We'll take a few examples one by one. Can everybody tell me how do I split the first name and the last name? What do I do? Aaron?
I'll spell Aaron
Control E.
and then Control E.
Bergman, Control E. Okay. Let's say I want to create an email ID, which is, let's say, aaron.bergman@gsk.com. So I will write aaron.bergman@gsk.com. Do you think this will work?
No.
Of course it will. Why will it not work?
Yes, it will work.
See, the more you practice with the tool, you realize that it is not just a simple tool. It's a very, very powerful tool. If you wanted to say no, it should be actually A dot Bergman. It should not be Aaron. It understands that it is only one letter of the first name and the entire surname. Right? So any pattern
it will work.
it can repeat it.
So is it going to work with all versions of that is Excel or this version only?
Yeah. So I'll just write that here. So FlashFill is available on 2013 and above. So 2007 and 10 it is not there. 13, 16, 19, Microsoft 365 it is there.
We must say, how is you saved our time?
That's the idea. By the way, this feature has been around since 2012. 10 years. This feature has been there, but it's not used because it's such a small button. People don't know that this small button is there.
So this one request to you. So after finishing up with this Excel, what you are doing, so could you please share this Excel? In fact, I don't know whether the recorded lecture we are going to receive or not. So if it is,
I will share the Excel. Absolutely, that's the reason I'm writing down all these things, so that after the lecture you can go back and revise the topic and see all the instructions. That's why I'm doing all this.
Great. Okay, thanks for that.
Okay. Great. Can somebody tell me what is the problem with this data? Is it a date? Yes or no?
Date.
Date.
It is not a date. Everyone, it is not a date. It looks like a date, but it is not a date, right? If I try to convert it into a date, you notice it doesn't get converted to date. So how do you make it a date?
Format cell.
So select the details.
Format cells will not help you because that dot has to be removed. The simple way of doing this is 11/11/2014, and then what do you press? We just did
Control E.
You get
Control E. FlashFill.
So simple. Just try this out, everyone.
11. Whatever the way.
Can you please repeat again?
11th November. 11-November. NOV. If I put.
Yeah, no. Wait. Don't write 11-November because usually we write numbers, right? If you write like this, in any case, it will get converted into 11 only. It doesn't matter. Right?
So only numbers matter.
Exactly. So this is my sample, everyone. 11/11/2001, and it will automatically do this. Right? Okay. If I write 2014 and press Control E, do you see it is automatically taking out the year for you? No formulas required. How powerful that is. Otherwise, you have to write a formula, right? Same logic. If I say 11 and I press Control E, it is giving me only the date. Right?
Should I share my screen? Actually,
I have written 11/14.
Okay.
I have written 11/14. Then I put Control E, but it is not taking.
Okay. That's why I said don't do 11/11. It is
2012. It is not taking as.
It is better to write 11/11/2014 like this. How I have written.
So this whenever I enter the 11/11/2014. So instead of taking dash, it is taking the front slash. So automatically going for.
That is okay because the reason for that is because in your system, that is the default. In your system, your dates come with a slash. In my system, date comes with a hyphen. That's the only difference.
But after entering into Control E, it's not coming up.
Okay. Then what you do is then in the sample you give it 11/11/2014 and then press Control E. See if it works.
Pardon, I didn't get you actually.
When you're giving the sample, do not give 11 dash, give 11 slash. 11/11/2014.
Just a second. Okay.
Just see if it is
working. Let me try.
Yeah.
Automatically. I just have one question. Actually, I got disconnected. What is the exact function of FlashFill? It just copies the data, or how it works? What is the exact function of FlashFill?
It repeats the pattern.
Okay.
It is not copying the data. See, when I write first class and I press Control E, is first class written in every row?
Do I need to convert
there are other types of classes also, so it will repeat whatever pattern that I
into dates.
For example, if I say class_f, what am I doing? I'm taking the class word. I'm putting an underscore and I'm writing F. So what will happen? The same pattern will be repeated.
It's not audible, Avish.
Okay.
Exactly to the nearby cell.
Hold on. Can everybody hear me? Because somebody is mentioning that I'm not audible. If you can confirm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm audible? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Audible.
If I'm not audible to somebody, just try to disconnect and reconnect. Maybe that might help. Can you just type it on the chat?
Why is it not audible, sir?
So Harish, sorry, this is Manoj here. Hi.
Yes.
So one thing which I could not get. So even if it in this pattern which you got, right? You said the first word and the second word. So it picks up irrespective of the length of the word, right? That's what it does.
Absolutely. If you notice, first is 5 letters, second is 6 letters. So the tool is not working only when it is very rigid. Even if there is a, like look at the number, for example. Are the numbers of the same length? Of course not, but it is still working.
Correct.
Same goes for the name as well. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
See, everyone, there is no guarantee that it will work 100% of the time. But I have been using it since 2012. And this is a tool that I use daily, right? Yes, maybe 1 out of 10 times, it might not give me the result that I expected. But 9 out of 10 times, it will work beautifully, right? And it will help you save a lot of time.
No, it's a brilliant tool.
Okay. Now, this part is also okay, or is there anybody who was not able to do this?
Yeah, I'm clear. I'm clear.
Is it working now? Okay. All right, now let's please.
Havish, if you go for the same for text to column, if I want to do it for a text column, I just want to take the year. Somehow it is not happening.
See, do you have this? Do you have this result?
Yeah. I have the result. I was trying the next column.
14. Control E.
It was not happening.
For me, what happened? It was asking 2 times you give the entry. Like first column, you have.
So if you're not able to get it with one sample, if the result is not coming,
second time also you need to give.
Try to give more samples.
Okay.
Right. So if you're not getting the result with one sample, try to give a different sample, and maybe then it will work.
I experienced this now.
See, if your problem is very simple, then one sample will be sufficient. If your problem is very complex, like somebody said, what if the length is different? What if the data is changing in every row? Then you might have to give more samples. Right, everyone? Okay. Now, this is great, but there are limitations. Number one, the first limitation is that it is not dynamic. If tomorrow I add another value, you notice that I will not get the result. I will have to press Ctrl E once again. Another challenge is that if I change any value, it will not get updated. So I will have to remove all the results and I will have to reapply. So let me just write down what are the limitations. Right?
It's not kind of formula. So we need
it's
to
not a formula. Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to say. It is not a replacement for a formula. It is only used for one-time data cleaning, right? And that is the reason why I will be teaching you how to use formulas as well. You know, when I tell people, now let's see how to do it with formulas, everybody tells me, what is the point? Like, tell me, in the last sheet, if you go to the first 2 columns, how do I separate TC, FUR, TC? What do I write? Will it work? Yes or no? If I press Ctrl. Of course it will work, right? But then I do not want you to use this. I want you to clean the data using formulas. So tell me, what formula will be right here? If I want to take these first 3 characters, TC, equal to left, and from the left, how many characters do we want?
3.
That's it, simple, right? I'll also show the formula here. Now let's take the ID number. What should I write here? What formula should I write? If the first one was left, now what do I do?
Yeah, right.
How many characters?
4.
This is also okay. But what about this part? This PHCHCO. What do I do now?
Middle one.
Oh, this will write a mid.
Mid, yes.
Okay. Now, after we have written mid, Can somebody tell me what is the starting position? Where is P? T is 1, T is 1, E is 2, C is 3, the hyphen is 4, and P is the fifth. 5, everyone?
5.
So 5. And how many numbers of characters do I want starting from 5?
2.
Simple, right? Now remember, we could have done this using flash fill as well. But the advantage of using formulas is that if anything changes, the results will also change. So don't feel that, oh, I now will never use formulas. You will still have to use formulas. So any question on this, anyone? This was very simple.
If you use Control E, then we change anything in the master column.
It will not get
so
updated.
it change into the outcome column.
It will not get updated. So to give you an example, I have done Control E here. If I go and say that no, this was second class, it will not get updated. See, there is that trade-off. The benefit of flash fill is that it is very powerful. It saves you a lot of time, but it is not dynamic. Formulas take you more time. It is more difficult, but it is also dynamic.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Any other question on this, anyone? On left, right, and mid?
What is the short key of concatenate?
We will do that. We have an example of concatenate after this.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is a little more difficult. Can somebody tell me how do I get the first name without using flash fill? What do I write?
Equal to?
Yeah, it's H6.
Left.
Equal to left.
5. H6, comma 5.
But no, hold on. But how can I write 5? Does everybody have a name with 5 characters?
No.
Space is coming. Space.
Exactly. So first what I'll do is I will say I want to find. What do I need to find? What is between the first name and the last name?
A and N.
Right?
Yeah.
Now tell me, what will be the result? If I find a space between the first name and the last name, what is the position of the space? See, A-A-R-O-N. These are 5 characters. So what is the space? It is the 6th character.
6th one.
Correct? What will be the result in the next one?
Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
It will be 7. So you understand what is happening. But I want to do a -1 because if the space is the 6th character, then the name will be 5 characters. And now I can simply say equal to left of H6, comma, this number, right? And you will get the first. I'm also showing you the formula here. Just a minute.
Can you please repeat that?
Okay. Yeah. What is the first thing that we did? We did a find. I wanted to find out that where is the space. So you notice that the space is coming on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th character. That's why if you notice we have done find the space, but then I did a -1 because we wanted to find out 6 minus 1, 5. And then I put that 5 in the left. That's all.
Not clear. I'm not clear.
So this is 5. And the 5 is dynamic now. In the previous example, we were writing 3 because everywhere it was 3. But in this example, the number keeps on changing in every row.
So
but
in this
Catherine?
case, before
Catherine more is then.
Before space, whatever word is there, it will be find out. That's right.
No, we are finding exactly the space.
Yeah, space.
Right? The space is the 6th character. That means the first name will be -1. It will be 5 characters. Right?
No, we are putting -1, right? That means we are eliminating space and taking all the names.
Yeah. So what we are doing is we first find the space, right? But from this we remove the last 1 character.
-1. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Any other question? I think somebody was asking me something.
But my question here is, what about Catherine? Catherine consists of I think 9 characters.
So we are finding the space, no? Now the space is on the 10th character. So 10 minus 1 is 9.
By how it is auto calculating?
Because
we have entered only 6, right?
Because we're finding the
okay.
space, no? That's why.
Okay, we are finding the space. Okay.
That's great. Left.
See, this is not a feature that you will use every day. But I'm sure you will agree that sometimes it is useful, right? Like when you have to clean some complex data and all, to learn how left and find work.
Actually, we need to like kind of practice it on regular basis. Otherwise, we may forget also sometimes. That is actually happening.
See, that goes with. I have been working on Excel since 2000. Okay, this is my 21st year working on Excel. So obviously, practice is super important.
Correct.
But I hope the logic is clear. See, formula you will remember when you practice it 5-6 times, you will start to remember it. But I hope the logic is clear. First, we find the space, but we then do a -1. That will give us the length of the first thing, and then we do a left function. Now tell me, how do you get the last thing?
So then find out the space and put right.
Is equal to right.
Equal to right.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Select
Right.
Then,
Equal to right. How many characters do we want?
1, 2,
3, 4.
We need 7. We need 7, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
We are going backwards now.
Find 7 plus.
But no,
plus
but hold
1.
on. How do I know that it is 7?
First, we need to count first word, right hand side.
No. First, we need to find the entire length. From the entire length, I'll remove the space. So what is the total length? Length of H6. And from the total length, what are we removing? We are removing the length of the space. Think about what we are doing. See, first we find the entire length. What is the entire length, everyone? In this 13, AARON is 5, Bergman is 7, and the space is 1. So 5, 7, and 1 is 13 characters. From the 13 characters, so these are 13 characters. From the 13 characters, where is the space? 6th character. So if I do 13 minus 6, what will I get? 7. Right? So this is 13, the length. Right? The find is what? 6. 13 minus 6 will be 7. So I want 7 characters from the right.
It means from the right side we are subtracting, right?
We are first finding the total length, then from the left we are subtracting.
Understood.
Till the space.
Yeah, Avish, please apply the formula again.
Sure, I'll do that. Just a minute. So let's start from the first step. First, I find the length, which is what? Which is 13 characters, right? Now from 13, what do I need to remove? From this 13, I need to remove this part. Does everybody agree with this?
Yes.
This part I have to remove, no? So if I remove this part, whatever is left will be the surname. So how do I know what I have to remove? Because from 13, now I can remove, find space in H6. So what will be the result? Length is 13. The space is in the 6th position. So when I do 13 minus 6, we will get 7. What do we do with the 7? We put it in the right. So I say that now, okay, now from the right of H6, I want 7 characters. Like this. That's the logic. First, the length, then the find. We do length minus find. That gives us the length of the surname, and then we use it from the right function.
Havish, without taking whole character, like we have taken first no left hand side. So can we take it from right hand side after space? Right. Is it possible?
No, it's not possible.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that.
If name is little lengthy, it's 3 part of name. So we need to go with the middle, also used to middle one, right?
So if there is a middle name, then it gets more complicated because first you have to remove one space and then do it. But I think 99% of the time we will only have first name and last name. But yes, if you have a middle name, then it becomes a little more problematic.
We should try to apply this formula, but it's not working for me.
No problem.
Let's try the same formula.
I'm just making some spaces here. Just see if there's something you've done incorrect.
I was trying to use this formula for the first name. Somehow it was not working.
For the first name?
Yeah, and it was tried the same. Dicto copy the same formula.
No, but why will you do it for the first name? The first name will not have the length, no? We don't need the length of the first one.
I'm saying the initial formula what we written.
Oh, as in the first, as in
six
the first
find
formula.
name.
Okay. Just check once again. Why don't I copy this in the chat window, see if you made some small mistake or something. Still facing some problem? Great. So Mahesh has shared for the Mahesh, you have put in extra apostrophe after the double quote. This is what you have done. Just make sure that it's just a double quote.
After removing, I'm getting the same thing. I'll share the formula.
No, but you have not put the double quote properly. After the double quote, you have put a comma. Look before H5. You have written find, then you have started a double quote. You have closed the double quote, and then you have another apostrophe coming in. You have done this. There's an apostrophe coming. Is it not working?
Yeah, it's not working.
No, the formula is okay, but why are you selecting F5 and H5? You should select the same cell 2 times now. The same cell has to be selected 2 times. In whichever cell your name is written, you have to select that 2 times. Why are you selecting F5?
Let me see.
See, my name Aaron is in H6. That's why I'm selecting it 2 times. But you have written F5 and H5 in your formula. Is it working?
Yeah, it's done. It's done. It was my mistake.
Okay, so everyone, should you remember this formula? I mean, it's not very difficult. If you practice it 4 or 5 times, you will remember it. But I would suggest that you write it somewhere. Whenever you need it, you can always copy and paste it, right? Okay. Now, my next question is, we just have 2 examples left for today. Somebody asked me about concatenate, right? So I have to combine this entire product code into a single code. How will we do that? So part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have to be combined together into a single product. How will I do that? Anyone?
Equal to concatenate and then each column, comma.
So I will select M6, then I will say and. This is what you mean, right? Everyone? Okay.
Yes.
Can we try something different? Please write text join. Everybody, please write text join equal to text join. Now, what is the delimiter between each part? What do you want? Space, underscore, comma. What should you think we should keep? Maybe an underscore?
Yeah, underscore. Underscore
now,
you can keep.
Then it asks you, do you want to ignore the empty cells? That means that if a part number is missing, do you want to ignore it or do you want to include it? Right? So I will say I want to ignore it, right? Which will be 2. And then what is the text? Now you don't have to select one by one. You can select everything together. M6 colon Q6. And you notice without having to use concatenate, you can get the result. Is this not much easier than using concatenate?
Yeah, of course. Can you please repeat that? That what is the value of this true?
Yeah, I'll tell you. See, right now, if one part is missing, what is happening? That part is missing from the combined data also, right?
Right.
Correct. But if I make it false, what will happen is, do you see this? There's a double underscore here,
Right.
which means that it is telling me that there is a part number that is missing.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. So I have to take the true value.
It depends. 99% of the time I use true, but then sometimes you might need to use false also to tell the other person that there is a part number that is missing. But 99% of the time you will use true.
Abhis, can you please repeat once again? So
Yeah.
Please enter the formula once again.
Right. So what we are doing is we are saying that we want to join some text. Right. So far so good. Now there are 5 parts to my text. Just give me a moment. So let me just write AB here. There are 5 parts to my text. So I will say equal to text join. What is the delimiter? In a double quote, I can put any delimiter. I can put 2 underscores, I can put a hyphen, whatever I want, right? So let's say I put a dash. Then it asks me, do I want to ignore the empty cells or not? I do want to ignore it. Select true. 99% of the time you will use true only, okay? And then what is the text? You can just select it like this as a range. M6 colon Q6. So what will happen? It will become M6 dash N6 dash O6 dash like this.
Okay.
Perfect.
Concatenate is much more complicated because if you use concatenate, what will happen? Correct me if I'm wrong. You will have to write M6, then you will have to put dash.
Right.
Then you will again have to select okay N6, then again you'll have to put dash.
Dash.
It takes
I
more
cannot
time.
select the array. Not select the range.
The advantage of doing text join is that you put the delimiter only one time. But can you tell me what is the advantage of doing concatenate? So the advantage is that it is faster.
Flexibility of which text string you want to choose.
Exactly. The disadvantage, everybody, is that you can only keep the same delimiter. You cannot have different delimiters. See, it will only make dash, 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 dash. But if you say that the first 3 should be dash, the fourth one should be a slash, you can't do that. But if you were using concatenate, what is the advantage? I can say, okay, first will be a dash, right? After that, I want to write an underscore. So you know that flexibility is there with you. But I would say most of the time we need the same character. It is very rare that we want to have different delimiters, right? So text join is a much better option, but it is important to learn concatenate as well.
Text join.
Okay. Right? It is text join. I'll just write the formula here as well. So equal to formula text, and we have text join. And the last very simple problem that we have is this data. How do you clean it? Can somebody tell me what is the problem in the data set? Extra spaces?
Extra space, yeah.
And I would like everything to be proper case, right? So, or uppercase. So I will say equal to trim. What will it do? It will remove all the extra spaces. And then how do you make it uppercase? You will write upper and everything will become upper. It's very simple. Let me show you the formula here. I'm sorry. Trim will remove all the extra spaces and upper will convert everything into uppercase.
The main formula is trim, and if I put upper, it will be on capital. If I put lower, it will be on small, right?
Exactly.
See.
Let me see if there is any question. Okay, glad to know, Manoj. We have only got started, so we have 5 more sessions after this. Right. So good. Today we have done a few shortcuts. I will do many more shortcuts in the next 5 sessions. We have done some data cleaning. We have done flash fill, very important. And in the next session, we will do SUMIF, if, COUNTIF, and or aggregate and subtotal. So we will start with formulas. Today we did not do many formulas, but next session we are going to start with formulas. Excellent. I will be sharing this file with everyone so that these small remarks that I have written, all of you can have a look at that in case you missed out on something. And obviously we will meet each other for another 5 days. So any questions you have, you can ask me in the next session as well. So thank you everyone. I will have to excuse myself because I have another session starting at 11:45. But I will see you again tomorrow at the same time at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Avish. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Avish.
Thank you, Avish.
Thank you, Avish. Thank you so much. Thank you.